His punches are becoming much more wild.
There's a right hand.
That's that uppercut. He is in trouble. Alvin Tam smells blood.
Alvin's redemption fight. I think you got redemption.
Noong taong 2013 nang lumipat si Alvin Tam sa Canada, ay sabay niyang haharapin ang bagong pag-asa sa larong palakasan. Matapos siyang matalo via knockout laban sa isang Mexicano na si Cuauhtemoc Vargas na ginanap sa Japan. Pinagpatuloy ng Pinoy ang kanyang karera sa boxing at napasama nga ito sa mga itinatampok na laban ng dekada contender na may layuning pasikatin ang boxing sa Canada. Bago ang lahat mga kaibigan ay huwag niyo pong kalimutang pindutin ang like at subscribe button. Nag-a-upload po tayo ng video isa o higit pa kada linggo. Sa tatlong sunod-sunod na pagkatalo ng ating kababayan na mula sa Kapangan Benguet, sa wakas ay nakakuha si Alvin Tam ng isang malaking tagumpay sa pamamagitan ng pag-knockout ng kanyang kalabang Mexicano noong Enero 27, taong 2018 sa Grey Eagle Resort and Casino, Calgary, Canada. Samahan niyo ako mga ka-highlights at balikan natin ang napakagandang laban ng ating kababayan na nagbigay karangalan sa ibang bansa sa pagpapakita ng kalidad ng mga atletang Pinoy. Sa labang ito, si Alvin Tam ay may kartadang 13 wins, 6 losses, and 3 knockouts. Samantalang ang Mexicano na si Arturo Garcia Lujano ay may kartadang 8 wins, 11 losses, and 3 knockouts. Sa unang round, agresibo ang Mexicano at gustong kontrolin ang laban. Pero hindi naging epektibo ang galawan ni Lujano sapagkat naka-counter ni Alvin ang mga suntok nito. Nayayanig ang katawan ng Mexicano sa tuwing natatamaan ng suntok ng Pinoy.
Wants to throw those big punches. He gets inside and that he was in the Dakota ring.
I had an opportunity to chat with Alvin quickly before the intermission before it came out. Had a look in his eye that I've never seen Alvin Tam have. Good crisp jab by Alvin Tam. Oh, with a great counter from Arturo.
And for Alvin Tam just trying to find a way to get inside, and there was
quite low when he was dodging that punch. He was not in a position to counter with a split second that Arturo had his hands down. Good body shot exchange by both fighters. Alvin getting really low, trying to come inside.
Chris jab, and again a feeling.
6 rounds is a serious business. This is not something where these huge shot by Arturo. This is not something that these guys can go out and take all of their gas and do that adrenaline rump in the first round.
And that's perhaps one of the things that happened in the first fight with Alvin Tam. He was very aggressive in round 1 against Jesus Perez. A little more measured here in round 1.
Sa pangalawang round ay naging maingat na si Lujano. At kalaunan ay pinili nitong makipagsabayan na kung saan dito liyamado ang Pinoy.
Coming out with the blue trunks, silver trim, Alvin in the red trunks with the gold trim. Both fighters ready to put on a show here in the second of a 6-round war.
And good catch by Scobie, seeing some water in the corner of Alvin Tam and instructing his corner to clean it up.
Alvin parrying those shots as Arturo's trying to get in, trying to get under his skin. Alvin cutting down the distance.
And just not pulling the trigger right now is Alvin Tam. He's getting in positions to throw the punches, but isn't throwing them. And you hear Doug Harder is just working.
Tam does not want to get caught. I mean, I think that's his biggest fear, is getting caught, not because of the pain. Alvin again working him in. Good use of the ropes there by...
And again, look at the power that these guys are throwing with.
For 135 pounds, these guys are throwing punches like 165 pounders. I mean, it's incredible the strength that they're able to display here, being that they're 132 pounds. Arturo, a little bit of a smile there, knows that was a...
Sa umpisa ng round 3 ay nagpakawala ng isang knockout punch si Lujano at nadaplisan ang ulo ng Pinoy. Makaraan ng ilang segundo ay bumawi si Alvin Tam at kumonekta ng malakas na kanan sa panga ng Mexicano at muntika na nga itong ma-knockdown. Sa buong round ay di na nakabawi si Arturo Lujano.
Guys got some serious strength. Good left hand by Alvin Tam.
He took a big shot.
Each one of the fighters that we have, big shot by Alvin Tam. Arturo's rock ties him up, trying to get his bearings.
I don't know whether that's a slip or whether those legs were just a bit rubbery, but he took a big right hand, and that's going to leave some. There's a big right hand that came back from Lujano. Now Alvin Tam is just coming forward. There's a nice combination. He's landing now, throwing a left hand, landing with the right. Alvin Tam, lots of power in that little frame.
Another right hand. Alvin Tam starting to find his rhythm. Arturo doing what he can to tie him up. Alvin Tam, really activating that hip on his punches. He's coming through. As long as he's within his range, he is starting to connect, and he's starting to connect in a big way.
Just forward pressure coming. Has to be wary to keep those hands up because he's still got a dangerous opponent who can land some big shots. But there's the uppercut finally. This is where he wants to be. This is where he does his best work.
Now, Arturo looks like he was a bit wobbly there. Was that possum or was that true?
Well, it's in very good shape after round 3. It's going to be a big recovery here from Lujano in his corner.
We've got 2 rounds down to Alvin Tam. I would agree with you, Jeremy. He's now in a position where he's got to take this fight and turn the tide. If he doesn't turn the tide in this 4th round with the judges, it's going to be very difficult for him to win this fight without a knockout or something really considerable that the judges are going to take note of.
Well, you see some of the highlights of this last round, and again, Alvin Tam just landing these big shots, and he was throwing with these hooks that were landing, finally able to get his range in. And if you're looking in the corner of Lujano, he is not looking as sharp as he was after rounds 1 and round 2, and after the amount of shots that he took, that's not a surprise.
Not at all. I mean, he's having fun though, and that's one thing I would say about all these Mexican fighters we have here.
Sinubukang bumawi ng Mexicano sa 4th round, at dahil sa kabisado na ni Alvin ang galaw ng kalaban, ito pa ang naging umpisa para matapos agad ang laban. Nakabukas ang depensa ni Lujano at dito sinusundot ni Alvin ng malalakas na suntok na siyang nagpabagsak kay Arturo Lujano sa loob ng 2 minuto.
Again, he's definitely going through, throwing those punches with all his body. Very good hip movement to create that tense. And now you hear the chants of Alvin.
Alvin, the champion of the Philippines here in Canada. He is got one hell of a following of people that come out every time he steps in the ring.
The entirety of the Filipino-Canadian society that runs here in Calgary, it's a big deal for them, and they come out to support their fighter.
And so passionate behind supporting their fighters and their champions.
That's a vicious left hand. That is a left hand, and I believe that Lujano is not quite there because he's throwing these punches, but he ate a nasty left hand from Alvin Tam.
His punches are becoming much more wild.
There's a right hand.
That's that uppercut. He is in trouble. Alvin Tam smells blood. Arturo is doing anything he can to stay on his feet.
Alvin Tam is now throwing with mean intent, trying to land, and he's throwing punches. Some of these uppercuts are just barely missing. Lujano is trying to lock up Alvin Tam. Credit Alvin Tam for keeping the space, and Lujano is down. The first knockdown of this, and Lujano is in rough shape.
He is in trouble. I do not know if he knows where he is right now. 8-9 count. Waiting right to the bitter end. Joel Scobie's going to check him out, see if he's ready, and he has determined that he's ready to go.
If he doesn't get those hands up, Alvin Tam is going to get all over him, and that's an excellent call by Joel Scobie.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joel Scobie stops the bout at 1 minute and 55 seconds of the 4th round for the winner by TKO in the red corner, Alvin, the babyface assassin! Alvin's redemption fight. I think you got redemption. I think they think you got redemption. Now, do you think you got redemption?
First of all, I want to thank God for giving me this opportunity and my family. your full support on what I do. And all the boxing fans who came here to watch. This is possible because of you guys. Especially to the Filipino community and the Igorots. Maraming salamat. Salamat kanda kayo.
Now, Alvin, you came out and looked like very calculated at the beginning of the first round. You were using your gauge to understand what his length was, which was a bit of your troubles in your last fight. Did you feel that that was your game plan? You stuck to it when it came to fighting a long fighter?
That's my coach's plan, just to measure him first before we go inside. And let him tire before we attack.
And you did that, and you hurt him, that's for sure.
We got the best team here, so we need it. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. Alvin, let's hear for your winner, Alvin Chow.